Flying north over Port Moresby, its capital, we crossed the Central Ranges and the Markham Valley to the garden city of Lae, PNG's second largest city. Set on the Huon Gulf, it is an important commerce centre, seaport and major transport centre. Imported wheat from New Zealand is being unloaded at the modern wharf. The junks and yachts in the harbour are a contrast to the ways of life of the national and European people. The city shops nearby stock a good variety of items and are reasonably priced. English is taught in the schools. Note the highly decorated primary school buildings. Students from the University of Technology enjoy a Saturday afternoon barbecue whilst the prize pigs and local dogs fight over the leftovers. This beach, only 8 kilometres from Lae, was used as an entry point by the Japanese in 1943. The rusty remains of the bombed barge is now used as a diving platform. A Japanese memorial pole commemorates the fallen. Coconuts and banana palms grow in the lush tropical rainforest along the side of the road. A local cemetery with its headstones, similar to ours back here, was also along the side of the road. The War Cemetery at Lae contains 3,000 graves of Australian and American servicemen who lost their lives in the area. It was here we met George, a national 16-year-old lad. Reading the headstones, he felt sad at the young ages, remarking that many were not much older than he himself. We invited George along with us for a drive south of Lae to the Markham River. He told us many things in broken English of the national customs. His home was in the Highlands near Mount Hagen, and at 14 years of age he worked at a timber mill in the Highlands, but now is living in Lae and works at a veneer factory as a supervisor. At the river he pointed out several places where previous bridges had been, but now stumps and pylons are the evidence. The Japanese had bombed one bridge, but others had been washed away with the huge floods during the wet season. The national mother washes the clothes whilst waiting for the muddy water to clear nearby in the hole she has dug to enable her to fill the bottles with clean water for the family to use. The house has been recently built on the riverbank. Houses are not built to last in PNG. The Botanical Gardens cover an area of 130 acres. Australia's centipedes are called millipedes up here and are in the dense undergrowth of the tropical jungle, along with many birds and animals in the gardens. Many varieties of orchids bloom in the open at the gardens. PNG has at least 720 different tribal languages, and although English is taught, Pidgin spoken everywhere. The tribal tongue is the most important for each tribe to possess. The purpose of our visit is to meet Pat Wilson. Pat is a translator with SIL in the Sepik area at Markham, but is now back at Ukarumpa for a short period to check out translated work from her Markham village. The Summer Institute of Linguistics Bible translators have their guest house and headquarters near the Botanical Gardens at Lae. Children from the national SIL families are busy cutting the grass whilst their dads are missing. With 2 SIL new translators, we fly the 100 miles west up the Markham Valley and to the Highlands to Ukarumpa, SIL's main PNG base. Ukarumpa is a township of over 1,000 lovely people. All are involved with the work of Bible translation, direct or indirectly. The support teams are most necessary to enable all needs to be catered for. The river borders the mile-square township. Nationals are employed by SIL to maintain its rough roads and to break up many of the stones in the area. From the guest house we view the township across the plateau. Altitude is 4,500 feet, giving a beautiful climate. Below to the left is the radio transmitting and workshop, linguistic department, assembly hall and post office. Below the preschool centre and general store, and to the right some of the houses including Pat's on the hill. Pat, arm full of work, walks down the hill to greet us. Work delivered, we go to her home and meet Helen, her helper. Pat is on the left and Helen is on the right. Helen leaves to continue the work of speed typing whilst the machine is free, so Pat shows us around the garden. Pat's natural translators stay in the small house. Note the way they have decorated their house. Bananas, oranges and pineapples grow well in the cooler climate. Now for a look around the township. The preschool has 4 groups of children and keeps the pre-trained teachers busy. At the radio centre, Ben Cleary tells how transmitting is the prime job in contacting the 180 teams out in the field. The radio shed has regular sessions. Communication network provides safety links between parents and children, flight bookings and all general needs for emergency. Basically, it is a telegraph service out in the bush. The linguistic department has 2 seminary rooms, an upstairs library and 36 cubicles used as workrooms, which includes 2 larger cubicles to enable the national helpers to work with their translators. Checking and rechecking is the most important of the work. Pat is working from 4 translations of the New Testament as she is checking. In the library, Pat shows us Ukarumpa and Markham, a flight distance of 300 miles over the mountains. The circle of chairs is in the prayer room. The auditorium seats approximately 600 and is used for Sunday services and all young large functions. Helen is typing John's Gospel on speed. This computerised system records the work on a taped cassette. When the full New Testament is recorded, the tapes will be sent to USA for processing, then to Hong Kong for the final printing of the New Testament. The print shop includes an art room. 3 machines are in action making plates and printing. The men are collating and checking through the printing pages. It is a rush job for delivery to Bougainville. Pat leaves her prayer letter for printing. Outdoors again, a group of translators are working, and 1 mile away we view the Jungle Training Centre and its school with its pointed roof. At the centre, the copper is used by the students to cook the veggies and stews. Carpentry is taught in the deserted room. Alongside is the mess room, the circular school across the path, and we see two of the sleeping cabins. The students in swimming are learning water safety. Basic training includes first aid, compass and map reading, hiking blindfolded, silence concentration and jungle survival. The students' work is displayed in the quaint schoolroom with its woven sago palm walls. Outside is the veggie garden and the cattle project, and we examine the interwoven walls. Facilities at Ukarumpa include the modern post office, resident doctor and dentist, the teenage centre, an international school and the well-stocked supermarket. We meet Pam Shearer. Pam is responsible for Pat's needs when Pat is living in the village hamlet of Markham. 7 a.m. the outdoor market is conducted by the Nationals selling their locally grown produce. It is a vital contact with the people as well as a source of wholesome fruit and vegetable supplies. Returning to the guest house, we have our final view of the township of Ukarumpa, a very busy and active place, with loving people sharing a life of fellowship and service, that the tribes of PNG may have the word of God to read in their own tongue.